All right, welcome to another Livin Freestyle game dev live stream. My name's Kevin. We do this twice a week, Sunday nights right now, 10:15, and Wednesday mornings at 8 o'clock. For those of you that haven't hopped in before, or anybody who's watching for the first time, this generally works like an AMA Q&A. Hop in, ask questions, and hopefully we can stumble through some of that stuff together. This is kind of as it applies to Unreal Engine, blueprints, game dev, so on. A little bit about me. I currently work in games. I'm working at Riot Games in R&D. I've been there for about 8 years now. Before that, worked in games and film, and before that, film exclusively. So, why do we do this? This is, I get to do a lot of really cool stuff at work, but a lot of times there's a lot of cool stuff I don't get to do at work, and this is a chance for me to learn about those things, better understand other disciplines, and just stumble through it, you know, learn a bunch of stuff. Cool thing is, as you all ask questions, and then I ask questions, we all learn together, everybody levels up together. It's a lot of fun once we get this thing rolling. So, in the absence of questions, don't worry. We do have stuff to keep us busy. If we don't have any questions, which actually happens a lot, then I am just live streaming, making my own video game. I'm trying to get to a working prototype. And I wouldn't say as fast as possible, because 2 hours a week is a long road to make a video game, but it's still fun. We are still making progress. So with that, I didn't see any questions from last week. We don't have any questions in the chat right now, so we're just gonna hop right back into where we were with the game dev. So let me switch that over to our Unreal screen, and let's kind of like pick up where we left off, or re-explain where we were when we left off. 1 second. All right. I think all our levels are good. I should probably check real quick. Let me just double check the stream, because that has happened before. All right, looks like we're good to go. Okay, so where we left off last time was we were trying to get towards the end of an encounter, and on the way we realized that, you know, we might need to be able to flush out, or we might need to flush out some of our abilities along the way to better be able to evaluate gameplay and balancing and all those kinds of things. And we quickly realized that our single sword swipe was kind of lame, and that combos were gonna actually make a pretty big difference in what we're doing. I feel like some of the lighting's messed up, so let me just do something real quick. Maybe that'll help a little bit. All right, so with our combo, this is what we have. The single sword swipe, yay. Okay, not at all fun, not at all dynamic. And it turns out I also did not know how to build combos well, I mean, I know how to build combos. I understand like how to make them, the animation and all those kind of things, but using the gameplay ability system, and in this project, I didn't know how it was implemented, because we kind of do things a little differently at work. So since then, I've implemented combos in 3 different ways. I tried using the keyboard mouse input trigger system. It worked, but it didn't quite have the control I think we're gonna need. I used you know, an entire strung together single montage with a whole integer or enum system. Once again, it worked, but then I was restricted to whatever was animated all together. Wasn't super huge fan of that. I guess I could string them together in a single montage. That might work too. And finally, what I settled on for right now is a different montages that are triggered based on the order that I just specified. Now, this is what that looks like. If I go and I hit the J key, 2, and this is the 3rd attack. All right, so there's a couple things about this. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so first things first, we don't need these prints anymore, I don't think. And I do want to take a look I think some of these sections are a little fast, so let's just fix those real quick. So this first section, let's go a little bit slower. Make it feel a little bit heavier. And let's change our blend out time to be, let's try 0.1. I want to see what happens with that. All right, we'll browse to that. We'll go to our second combo. Ooh, our blend out time on this one's 0.2. And then our third combo is super slow. So I think I want to speed that one up. So let's go 1.2. 1.5. That might be too fast. 1.25. No, 1.25. Blend out time. 0.2. Okay, let's see what that feels like. Okay, and then we said we were going to get rid of some of our prints. So let's compile and save that. Here's our gameplay ability. Let's get rid of this print. Compile and save that. And then let's bring up our hero, shooter. And let's take out another print there. I was just checking our audio levels, making sure we're good. Here's our print for do it. Okay, now this is something that's worth talking about. And something that I'm going to have to figure out and fix. So the way that this is implemented, we're using the new enhanced input stuff that's in Unreal 5. Now, this is kind of strung together with a whole series of things. It all stems from this keyboard mouse stuff, all right? At the bottom of this keyboard mouse stuff, you'll notice I have an input attack for a combo attack. Right now, I've just temporarily assigned this to the J key for testing because I wanted to have access to my previous attack as well. So that's where that comes in. So then this input action combo attack inside here, you'll notice that there's just one trigger in here. It's just the press trigger. Okay, nothing too crazy. But then there is the ability set, and this is where things get interesting, and where I don't want to say it's a problem. Oh, it doesn't look like we have perforce connected. Connection, reconnect. Okay, so perforce is back. Connect to source control, accept the settings. Okay. All right, ability set. Here we go. So here's our shooter sword. Here's this is our granted abilities. Right now, this just grants the ability for the sword combo. It's currently on an input tag of the ability combo, but that's not the only one that we're looking for. I'm also looking for, that's the ability set for the sword. Where's the hero? I feel like there's a hero. What? Can't even spell it. Hero, Birdo, hero. Ability set hero. That's not what I want either. Okay. GA sword combo. Input tag. This is not what I'm looking for. There's one more place that this is used. Let me see here. That's the ability set shooter sword. Browse to that. Ability set. Maybe it's not an ability set that I'm looking for. Maybe it's just an ability. Shooter hero ability set. Man, there's a base ability set somewhere that has the default abilities for this mode. Hero set. It's the hero. Okay. I'm going to re-explain what I'm talking about once I find this. That's the hero shooter menu. Default font empty. Hero data shooter. Input data hero. Jeez Louise, that's what I've been looking for. Okay, so let me go back and explain this again. So we have our keyboard mouse, then we have our input action. Our input action triggers on press, and it is what it is. And then inside of our keyboard mouse, same thing. You don't necessarily even need the press here. It still seems to work all right. And then we have our ability set for the shooter sword, which triggers this input ability combo. Now here's the interesting thing. For the input data for the hero, you'll notice that we have native actions and we have ability input actions. My combo is currently set up as a native action. And the reason for this is because from what I can tell, if I set it up as an ability input action, I cannot re-trigger it. It like locks it out. Even if I check the magic box, which by the way, it took me a while to find in the class defaults for this, to re-trigger the instance ability. So whether this is checked or not, if the ability is implemented in the input hero data as an ability input action, it only triggers once. And I don't know if that's like hard-coded in the Lyra code or whatever, but that's something I need to track down. So for right now, I am just triggering this as part of the combo attack inside of a native input action, which just works the way all of this stuff works, and that is why I actually have this enhanced input action for the combo attack inside Shooter Mannequin. Okay. So, and then it tries to activate the abilities and things like that. Great. So that's a quick explanation of where we are. Now, if we come back and retest our timing, feels better. The first one could be a little faster. Second one, last one could be a little slower. So let's do that. So let's go back down to 1.1 on the last one, and the first one we'll go with 0.8. Oh no, that's not the right. That's the wrong one. Control Z. Okay, I wanted the first sword. This one. So 0.6. No, 0.7 I believe is. Let's try 0.8. Okay. Let's see what that feels like. We're not gonna get this perfect. We just want to get this right. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, it feels good. It's not too great. Okay, so now let's talk about the next problem. And I don't know if it's a problem, but it's just something to discuss. If I hit J, it does not matter how long until I trigger this. So, right, I'm gonna hit J, count to 10. Sure, we reach 10. Hit J again, it does a second bit. Count to 20, 30, right away, it doesn't matter, it does the final attack. So there's no sense of, it is a combo, but it's more like, right now it's just set up as an order. So there's no sense of if you reach a certain time, it ends the combo or things like that. So how are we going to fix this so it's actually a combo? So let's see if we can take a look at that. Oh, another thing that's worth mentioning is I added in the spawners for our enemy spawn point. I added the idea of being able to use a dummy spawn point. It's not actually a dummy spawn point. What it does is it spawns dummies, and they don't actually do anything. So that's why these enemies are just standing there right now. So that was a new thing that I added in there. Now let's see here. Where were we? We were looking at this combo. So let's save this. And our hero shooter, we try activate abilities with tag, and then we had determine combo phase. We do not need this print. So that's gonna give us our phase. And then we have our end, which basically sets our phase back to 1. So if we go back in here, all right, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, this is gonna sound interesting. I can't just end this combo here, because what's gonna happen is if I end this combo here, what's gonna happen is it's gonna come in here, it's gonna pop in, and it's just gonna end the ability. It's not gonna end the ability. If I end the combo here, what's gonna happen is the ability is going to end, and then, okay, well actually that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. All right, let me show you what I mean. Let's add in an annotation here. I'm sorry, not an annotation, a notify. Let's add an end combo. And I'm gonna put it at the very end. Okay, so now, when we play, if I hit J, and I hit J again, you'll notice it's only triggering the first one. But if I hit J and J faster, I get the second one, right? And that's because what's happening is effectively in time, as long as this character is swinging, if I hit J again, it's going to interrupt and run the second combo, right? And then what happens is if I get all the way to the end and I haven't hit J, I basically missed the window for the combo and I'm going to reset. All right, so we can do this for all of them. And the reason we have to do it for all of them is this. If we go and we run our combo, and then I missed it. Okay, so combo, and then I go again, it'll do the third one no matter what. Because so we need to also have that end in the second one to trigger as well. So let's go back and do that for the second one. And we're going to add a notify. We could put it on the same track, I think. Add a notify, end combo. It's gonna be the very end, like literally the last frame. So let's save that. Let's save this. Okay, and then sword 3. Will automatically end combo. I shouldn't have to do anything because I believe what happens is when we come in and we check our phase, if we come in for 3, we reset back to 1. Okay, so that's good to go. Okay, so we should be able to do a full combo and wait between each phase now. So let's move forward. So first, 1, wait, that's phase 1. All right, that's totally working. All right, now let's see if we can get the second phase. There we go. And if I go again, it's back to phase 1. So, dun, dun, nope, dun, dun, dun. Bingo. There we go. If I'm methodical, boom, 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 I get it. Now, here's the interesting thing. I can spam this. If I spam it too fast, the character just flips out. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm trying to decide if I think that's a bad thing or not. And the reason I've been thinking about this is because spamming abilities is sometimes an annoying form of player expression, but sometimes it's funny. So I haven't decided if we're gonna fix that. But right now it's pretty consistent. J, 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 perfect. And this does damage on all 3. So if I go boom, 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 J, J. Oh, I missed it. J, J. Oh, jeez Louise. I gotta be faster. Okay, let's try it again. We should add a respawn to those dudes. Okay, cool. So we're there. We got a combo. Now, what I want to try to do is I want to try to there are some other things that are potentially worth talking about. What we could do. I still think that first one feels fast. What is going on with that first attack? Wow, these lights are bright tonight. We're playing at 0.8. Let's go back to 0.7. Save. All right. Feels good. All right, that feels pretty good. We'll call that. We'll call that good. Ooh. I hope that's easier to control once it's actually on the mouse button. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what players say about combo setups and timing. There's a lot of ideas I have. Like what we could do is we could set it so that when you swing, there's a time period that the combo window is open. And oh, I see what's happening. My microphone is actually casting a shadow on my face. Anyways, there's a time period where the window is open, and as long as that time period is open, you can hit the combo, which would, I don't know, let's see if we can get it on the left mouse button first. Okay, so right now it's on J. Well, I don't want to just override the left mouse button, because if I do, then we won't be able to fire when we equip a gun. So how are we going to do this? Well, theoretically, and I read that one of the whole points of this new enhanced ability system is that you can override with priority effectively, so that the mappings change. So right now, this is the default KBM. And I think what we can do is, let's browse to this. And what I want to do is, I think I want to do this. I want to duplicate this. This is going to be default. This is going to be melee. Let's try this. Melee. Melee. KBM. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this. Is this Halo? No, Keanu, this is not Halo. I'm actually testing out giving our characters, so basically it's gonna be more towards Gears of War-ish, but right now you can, it's easy enough to shoot people, right? But I also want to be able to give them a sword so we can switch weapons, so I can just whack, basically. Uh-oh, we got a crash. Oh no, it came back, sweet. So I want to set it up so that you can actually use a sword too, with combos, and just wreck people. So once we get through this, we'll be able to get into some more gameplay stuff. It's coming, dude. That's the goal. We're gonna two-player this. That's exactly where we're going with this. So as soon as, dude, I'm gonna tell you as soon as I get to a playable level. So that's my goal. I'm trying to get to a playable level so that a bunch of our friends can hop in, and we can basically play the game, and then you guys can tell me what sucks and what's cool about it, and then we can basically iterate on it from there. And hopefully make something really fun and cool to play. So I'm working towards it. So, but right now I gotta get it so that when you swing the sword, I don't have to press, like the cool sword attack right now is on the J key with the combo, and I'm trying to get that on the left mouse button right now. And so we're trying to override our standard stuff with, guns. So that when we have a gun equipped, we can still shoot. And when we have a sword equipped, shoot is not shoot, it is combo attack. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. And okay, so we got our, let's see, this is our default KVM, and this is our melee KVM. So what we're going to do is we're going to override this. So this combo attack, I'm going to blow this away. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. We're going to blow that away. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to replace this weapon fire right here is on the left mouse button. That better not be in the native code. No, it's just in the mappings. Okay, cool. So let's do this. So rather than weapon fire, let's put combo attack here. Where is it? Here it is, combo attack. Okay, so now if we equip, equip's the wrong word. If we override the keyboard mouse inputs on the enhanced ability system with the melee one, we should be able to left click instead. How the heck do we do that? I don't remember how to do that. We're gonna have to figure that out. Okay, so let's just try to force it to start with and see if we can do it this way. So in our event graph, so I think ultimately what's gonna wanna happen is when we equip the sword, we will override the keyboard mouse. So how do we do that right now? That might be a good idea. Let's check that. That's gonna be ID sword, I believe it is. Not is sword, ID sword. Wow, that's okay. So here's our weapon identifier for the sword. It's a okay. Then we have our B weapon. Oh, here we go. Here's our B weapon instance. We can probably use this. B weapon instance. Ah, nope. Here's our equipped anim set, and here's an unequipped anim set. That's interesting. We could switch out the anim sets. Doesn't look like they have a default changing of the keyboard mouse though in here. And the weapon ID sword, actors to spawn, ability sets to grant, and instance types. And the ability sets to grants are not going to help us because gameplay abilities, gameplay effects, and attribute sets. Yeah, that's not it. If we go to our sword directory, we just want to make sure there's nothing else in here. Weapon pickup data for the sword. Here's our sword. This is a melee weapon. This derives from a melee weapon. And if we go and we look at our melee weapon, that's what we get when we begin play. Here's my question. When do we hit this begin play? Let's find out. All right, so we're gonna start. It hits begin play from the get-go. The reason that is because we have our sword in our hands. Oh, we're gonna hit this for every enemy that spawns. Hold on. Okay, so every single one of those dudes hit begin play on the sword. If I switch to the gun, it's a gun. Cool. If I switch back to the sword, are we gonna hit begin play? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is good. So what we could do here is we could let's see here. This is a pawn. Let's just get controller. Can we get the controller of this character? Get the player controller. Get the AI controller. That's the instigator controller. Get player controller from object. That's interesting. We could try that. And this is going to return a lot. Hold on, let's try this a different way. Let's get the owner. Okay. Oh, we're already getting the owner. We're getting the pawn. Get the controller on the pawn. Yeah, here's our controller. Okay, great. And from that controller, let's enhanced. Nope, can't do anything with that. Input. What can we get with the input system? Subsystem, I believe it is. Get the enhanced input local player subsystem. That's cool. We can use that. That's great. Now, what can we do with that? Can we assign? Nope. Okay, internet save us. Where are we looking for? Enhanced. This is our enhanced. Come on, enhanced input system. 5.1 documentation. Let's take a quick look at this. In here somewhere, there's a way. What? Setting up inputs? So those are game modes. Add movement. Oh wait, is that what it was? Was it add? Add. Phone track. Find IK goals. Here we go. Add player mappable config. This is what we want. And the configs that are available to us are... Oh, interesting. We may need to make one of these too. Let's see here. Add. What? Add. Player mapped key? Maybe that's what I want. Ooh. Interesting. What, can we make these options? Forcibly ignore all press keys until release. No, that's not what we want. We definitely don't want this. We're gonna have to look up what these things are. Find and curve names. Add mapping context. What kind of mapping? Oh, here we go. This is what we want. We want to add a mapping. Guess and check pays, right? Okay, so this is going to be our melee. And the priority. So here's a question. Is priority 0 the highest priority, or is priority 100 the highest priority? So let's change this priority 1. If we add this, all right, so theoretically, if we equip a sword, we're going to add this mapping context. If we add this mapping context, theoretically, we will be able to left click to trigger our combo. Let's see if we have any idea what we're doing. I don't think that worked. I am struggling with how to debug that actually. So either nope, that's not it either. This is our melee context and our melee mappable keys. This should be combo attack on left mouse button. Oh, interesting. Name. I don't think we want this. This is gonna be combo attack. Combo attack. Display name, combo attack. Weapon fire. Wait, what the world is all this stuff? Name. None. Triggers. None. Let's just kill this. We don't even need it. We have no triggers. This should be our IA combo attack on a left mouse button as long as this thing is getting assigned. The question is it actually getting assigned? And so if we look at our default, let's find out where this is assigned. Reference viewer. This is assigned in our default KVM. So if we edit that, is this the priority? Contexts. Default. Let's change this to 5. I want to test something. So either we are not overriding or the priority systems are not working the way we think. So that was in our B sword, nope. B weapon, melee, priority 1. Change this to priority 1. Let's make some options, see what's in there. Ignore all key presses until release forced immediately. Nope, I don't think that's gonna make a difference. Compile and save. Let's check this out and let's play that. It's still calling for some reason it's still calling fire. Okay, so let's just double check this. Let's do this. We'll take this out. We will go back to our PMI default. And I believe this was set to 0. All right, save that again. Sure, why not? And then what I want to do is in our default, oh, this is kind of scary actually. What we'll do in our default is we'll make one simple change, which is on left mouse button, we'll change this to be, rather than IA weapon fire, we can change this to input action combo attack. All right, so now if we play, yep, okay. So we've definitely, cool. So we've got our combo on our left mouse button now. Oh, that's actually kind of hard. All right, cool. All right, so that definitely works. Just switching that out works, which means that it seems like we're not overriding. So is there anything else we have to do to override this? This is adding a mapping context. Okay. And it's adding the melee one. And the melee, okay, here's another test that we should do, just to eliminate variables. What we should do is we should take our default, we set that back to weapon fire, cool. What we'll do is we'll take this and we'll set this to our melee and try that as well. Make sure it still works. It does. And we can confirm that because if we go back and we switch this back to our default, we save and we run again, then what's gonna happen is it's just a lame sword. Okay, so we know for sure we're coming through here. This is supposed to be adding the context. And it's supposed to be putting a priority in there. All right. If we've set them as the same priority, does it stack them? Wait, what was that error? I need to see what that error was. Where's our message log? Output log? What did that say? Failed to spawn. Access not trying to read property call function get local player subsystem. Okay, well there's the problem. Our subsystem's bogus. So interesting. Get owner. Get control pawn. Get the controller. Enhanced. Nope. Subsystem. Nope. Pawn. Subsystem. That doesn't have a subsystem either. How is that? Oh, wait a minute. It's possible that this only works if the controller... Okay, let's try this. Let's see, that error may be bogus. That may be a red herring. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cast this to an HWZ AI controller. And then with that, oops. Okay, this is gonna get, hold on one second. This will make sense in a second. So we're gonna, if this is successful, we're gonna go about our merry way. And if it's false, meaning it is a player, then we will actually do this. Because I don't think, oh, interesting, I need to do this after. Okay, so we're gonna come in here, cast upon. If that succeeds, then we're going to come in here. If that is false, we're gonna go there. If it's true, we'll go about our merry way, and then we'll go about, here we go, cool. So basically what this is doing is, if this is all one big fancy way to see whether or not we're the AI or we're the actual player. All right, because we don't want the AI trying to equip a keyboard mouse because it probably doesn't have one. Target. Okay, so let's see if that got rid of that error. And that was in fact. No. It's getting error. It's getting an error when it's doing this because why is this getting an error? Okay, there's no error yet. Okay, so now we come in here. So it shouldn't even be getting. So far it's not. I didn't see the error that time. Hold on. Relog. Play. Wait, there's already an error? High error. Blueprint runtime error. Access none. Trying to read property. Call function get local player subsystem return value. Add mapping graph. So add mapping graph. Oh, here we go. What is this expecting? The player controller. Oh, excellent. So what we want to do is cast this to a player controller. Okay, seems kind of convoluted, but let's try it. Sure, let's make some room so we're working clean. All right, that's not super clean, but we'll sort this out in a second if this even works. Okay, So compile and save, and let's go. Ooh. Oh, dude, it worked. It worked. I think, wait, hold on, don't get excited yet. Let's make sure that it did actually work and I wasn't just kidding myself. Okay, so this clearly is an array now. Oh, interesting. My priority is not set to 1 though. If I change my priority to 1, still works, okay? Okay, but are we actually, here's our default. Did we switch this back? It's weapon fire. Okay. One more test and then we can hook it up for real. If all we do is connect this in, do we still use the lame attack? Yeah, dude, we know what we're doing sometime. Okay, cool. So what that means is we can now set it up so that our combos are on left click. Now, here's the trick. We kind of want to remove this mapping. And so what we need is, do we have an end play? End play. What I want to do is I want to do all of this again. I'm just going to get all this stuff. And then with the player controller, I'm going to get this. And if that's true, basically what we need to do is we need to remove this input option when we switch out of the sword. So that's the plan here. So can I remove mapping context? Oh, this is looking good. Not default. Melee. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. When we start, we're gonna add the melee context, and when we finish, we're gonna remove it. So what do we mean by start and finish? I mean by begin play. So first off, we have our combos. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Now, if I switch to the sword, to the gun, can I shoot? Oh yeah, it's totally working. Okay, if I switch back to the sword, can I attack again? That's a combo. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. All right, that's cool. All right, so a couple other things that we want to do. Now that we have a separate context for a keyboard and mouse when we're in melee mode, we can do a couple things. I think technically we can remove jump, crouch. Oh, please be in the right one. Yep. Weapon reload, dash, auto run, weapon fire auto. And the reason being is because I believe, I may regret doing this in a second. Let's go move. We don't need move. We'll keep look mouse. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, let's just see. So here's the thing. Can I still, with the sword equipped, move and do all these things? Yes, I can attack. Oh, wait. Something happened. Error, access none, trying to read property. Hold up a second. What did I just break something? This is melee. This is the config. Why would it all of a sudden... Okay, hold on, let's bring all that stuff back. Did I just bring all that back in one fell swoop? Okay. Oh, Tannen, how are you doing? Thanks for hopping in. Okay, so this is our sword. So this is working. And if I switch to my gun, it's the gun. And if I switch back to my sword, it's working. Okay, so maybe you do need duplicates of everything you want in the override keyboard mouse set. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. We'll work with that as like our working theory for right now. What about this are you loving, Raul? How you doing tonight? Happy New Year. Are we still saying that? I don't know what the time frame on when you can still say Happy New Year is. Okay, so what we're looking for is the right mouse. I don't think we need this left mouse auto fire. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Oh, what? I got rid of auto fire. It doesn't work anymore. Oh, that's interesting. Why would that be? Oh, that's funky. Okay, wait. If that's the case, all right, I'm gonna try this one more time. Let's get rid of look mouse. Let's get rid of all of our move. And we're just gonna keep the combo. So let's save that and go. Oh, so maybe the trick is that, because I can still jump, I can still do everything. It's entirely possible that our keyboard mouse set, there's something about auto fire. I quit Unreal to go dot. What kind of hardware resources? Let's see. I haven't looked at it. This machine's kind of old. What am I looking for? Environment? No. About your PC. This is a 64 gigs of RAM. I don't know what an Intel Xeon is. This has to be from probably 6 years, more than that. This is a while ago, so probably 2016 or 17. Yeah, probably 6-ish plus years ago. And then the graphics card is a 1080. Was that what you were looking for? Okay, all right, I think what's happening is the weapon fire auto must be what's triggering our... Let's browse this. Take a look at our reference viewer. We're not gonna try to solve this here tonight. In other words, we can move on and not worry about it. Input tag. Okay, so let's find where this is being used. Input data hero. Is that what we want? Okay. That's weird to me that auto fire is used in all of these weapons, but not the sword. But if I take it out, the sword stops working. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to ignore that for now. Okay. Boom, boom. This combo's hard to hit. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna have to... I mean, maybe that's part of the masteries of this game. 1, 2. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. Now what I wanna try though is I wanna try to overwrite the right mouse button, because what's happening right now with our right mouse button is it is doing... So our left mouse button is swinging the sword or spamming sword and swing. If I right mouse, it does the look at. But we don't want to do this when we have our sword. What we want is we want to be able to do the right mouse to do like power attacks or blocks or something like that. So let's see if we can just stop the right mouse from doing that first off. So if we go back to our keyboard mouse and we add a new mapping, and let's do it as we'll do it as combo attack as well. Oh, I guess you can only have one. Okay, so we won't do it as combo attack. Let's do this. Let's go back to combo attack and let's change this to, or let's duplicate this and we'll make a power attack. Let's just say that it's either gonna be a power attack or a block attack, and we don't need the one at the end of it, so let's just get rid of the one. Okay, and we'll just do that quickly. What is go dot? Go dot. Can you look that up? And when you say you quit Unreal, do you mean you stopped using Unreal, or do you mean you used to work for Epic and then you went to Godot? No, what? Come back. Here we go. Okay, we want this. Godot. Engine. Oh, it's actually a completely different engine. It's a free cross-platform game engine that makes it easy for 2D and 3D. I had not even heard of this. I'm gonna have to, I'll check it out after the stream and see what this is all about. Is this a full open source engine, I'm guessing then? I'm also curious what made you quit Unreal to go Dot instead. Just out of curiosity. Especially if it sounds like you knew Unreal and then you switched. Okay, so back to what we were doing. If we go to our melee and we put in our power attack now. Power attack. And we're gonna set this to our right mouse button. By the way, I don't know if you all knew this, I didn't know this, but if you click this keyboard and tap the button, it will fill it in automatically for you, which is nice. I didn't even realize that was a thing. So here's the thing. Our left sword is still our combos, and our right still does this. I wonder, Clearly that's right mouse button. Triggers. What do we have over here that's on right mouse button? W, S, none, D, left mouse button. Crouch and jump, space bar, ability dash. None of these are right mouse button. I can't tell if that means I have good hardware or bad hardware. Let's see here. Okay, so what we need to do is we basically need to find, I forget what that thing is called, what the ability is called, where when you right click it aims. So let's just do a general search for gameplay abilities. So we'll do GA underbar, I think I'll recognize it if I see it. ADS is what it is. Reference viewer. ADS is used by good hardware. Okay, cool. But I mean, this is 6-7 years old, and you know it's still great, and I'll use this until it dies, basically. But you should see the new stuff they just gave us at work. It's crazy. Full-on Threadripper, nutty stuff. Okay, so this is basically being used. This is the one that does the right click, right? But what I don't understand is, what is triggering this? here's ADS. Input tag weapon ADS. Let's see if we can find this. Okay. What? Why does... Shooter game add-ons. Drop weapon, remote, grenade. ADS. Here we go. Input tag weapon ADS. Search for references. I have not found. Of course, but well, I'm not even anywhere close to worrying about the player right now. I'm just trying to get to a working prototype. Once I have that, then I can start worrying about player stuff. I gotta get through so much like gameplay stuff to get that feeling good long before I'm worried about min specs for hardware and things like that. But yes, absolutely, that is something we do all the time. Okay, so I'm curious where this is being triggered from. Like how in the world is right click even mapped? Is it inside of our mannequin? That's tick, audio, cycle forward, cycle backwards, quick slot. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's in our project input settings. That would be crazy. Project settings. Input. Okay, there's no mappings here. These are all mouse sensitivity and thumbsticks. Okay, so it's all enhanced. So if it's all enhanced, then I'm kind of oh wait, maybe it's in this default KVM. That's the KVM. It definitely uses the default, and the default, I have not seen a right mouse button or anything that references ADS. Look mouse. What does look mouse do? Oh, that's just gotta be, okay, that's not what we're looking for. Auto run, dash, weapon reload, crouch, jump, weapon fire. I don't think we need the J anymore. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay. Weapon fire. Triggers is player mappable. Modifiers, there are no modifiers in here. D, A, S. These are just a WASDs. Euro pawn. I'm a little baffled. I don't see a right mouse button anywhere in here. But somehow this is definitely getting mapped. Because when I play, I have my combo, I have my gun, it still shoots, I switch back, I have my combo again, and for some reason, oh, you know, I know what it is, I think I know what it is. Do I? What I'm thinking is it's a camera thing. It's not actually an ability. This is just mapped to a camera. Hold on a second. If that's the case, when we go to our keyboard mouse from Melee, let's do right mouse button. Not the ADS. That's caustic textures, water, land masses, more land masses, weak spots. Here we go. ABP mannequin base. Game tag is ADS. What is this? What? ADS state changed. ADS updated. Update rotation data. Start the cycle. Aim down sight is what ADS stands for. This is all in the Anim blueprint. Set up stop aim. Set up stop aim. What is this? This is a function? Where is this defined? Set up start aim. Comes in here, converts the sequence, sets the sequence. But yeah, but who calls this? Okay, so this is all in the NMBP. Wait. Listen for gameplay messages. Oh, look at this. Okay, so what's happening is the reticle for the shotgun. Okay, I think yeah, let's just go to this and see. Register message. Listen for gameplay messages. It's looking for the ADS message here. And if it gets it, on message received, it just goes ahead and does ADS. Okay, so maybe the problem is the way the sword is set up and it has nothing to do with the ability system. So let's do this. Let's check our weapon ID sword. Nope, it's gonna be our B weapon instance sword. Do we have a reticle defined here? There's a weak spot. Nope. Weapon melee, class defaults. B sword. Let's go browse. I don't see a reticle in here. Inventory frag. Here we go. Inventory fragment reticle. It doesn't have one. If I delete this entirely. Let's check that out. It shouldn't. Okay. Let's go back to. I want to find all references to this. Gameplay message. Oh, undo. Let's search for Thank you, Bolibompa. How are you doing tonight? Let's look for gameplay. Nah. Okay, we're gonna look for gameplay. Nah, can't. Gameplay message .ads. Okay, there's one in here. Let's see where else we got it. All right, there's a bunch of them. So we have one for a rifle, a pistol, a beam cannon, and just within ADS. It's interesting though. Later, Bolibompa. Okay. What we need to figure out is what... Oh, it can't even find the reticle. That's interesting. It still doesn't answer the question. If we go back to our sword and we add in, we gotta add back our fragment. Because it doesn't like not having it. And let's make this the reticle. And compile and save that. And then if we do that again. Okay. Well, I think we're probably gonna wrap that up because some of us have to work tomorrow. But I'm actually pretty stoked. I'm actually pretty stoked at where we got to tonight. It actually was one of those nights where we actually got some stuff done. So we got our sword combos in, we got a map to the left mouse button, everything like that. We're kind of like, all that's totally working. So all we need to do now is figure out what in the heck is triggering the right mouse button. I can't find any keyboard bindings for that. Once we find that, we should be able to quickly make a right mouse button for either a power attack or dodge or block or something, just to kind of like solidify that. Then I think the next thing that we will probably do is do some quick editing on our montages to see if we can get the split body so that the swings and stuff, characters still running around underneath. And then from there, I think we're back to building the encounter again, because I think what I'm thinking overall is that you will be able to equip, you'll be able to earn and equip a combo. So I think there's gonna be some tweaking on how fast you have to trigger it and what the windows look like, and making sure it's visually clear for the players as to how you want to trigger those things, and we should be good to go. So Keanu leaves. Take it easy. I'll actually give you a ring about some of that stuff we were talking about. Oh, Bolibompa and everybody else who hopped in tonight, thanks for hopping in. As always, you know, this is meant to be a Q&A and AMA, so questions take priority. If you have questions, feel free to throw those in. If we didn't get to it today, you can put it in the comments, or you can come to the next live stream. That'll be Wednesday morning. If you can't make it, throw your questions in the comments, and I'll just answer your question. You can go back and watch it and see from there. So I hope everybody has a good start to your week, and I will catch you all on the next live stream. Take it easy.